How many sets should you do per week to build muscle? Today we are going to answer this exact question, and by the end of the video, you'll know how many sets you should do per week and how doing too many or not enough can be limiting your progress inside the gym. Let's go. Before we dive into how many sets we should do per week, we first have to establish what an effective set really is. We all understand what a set is, but oftentimes people misunderstand what an effective set means, and there's a big difference. When it comes to building muscle, doing effective sets is essential to seeing continued progress, and what an effective set means is taking a set close to muscle failure. What I mean by that is, let's say you do a set of 10 reps for an exercise, but in reality, you could have done 15 reps before actually reaching failure. An effective set is when you can't do more than 4 reps at the end of your set, even if your life depended on it. And in this example, since you could have done 5 more reps at the end of your set, it is not considered an effective set. So anytime we talk about how many sets we should do per week, we'll always be referring to an effective set. Okay, so for us to determine how many sets we should do per week to build muscle, the first thing we have to figure out is how many sets we should do for each muscle group per workout. This exact question has been researched, and here's what they found. The more sets you do for a muscle group throughout a workout, the better results you will get, but only up to a certain number of sets. And after about 6, the overall stimulus from each set starts to go down. Not to say anything past 6 sets per muscle group during a workout is a complete waste of time. Research has just shown the first 6 to be the most effective when it comes to building muscle on a per set basis. The reason for this is throughout a workout, the quality of your sets starts to go down. As you do more sets, you become more fatigued, lose strength, and the overall quality of each set starts to go down. And since the main driver for muscle growth is progressive overload, doing too many sets during a workout doesn't allow you to apply this concept to its full extent, since your body is fatigued and can't push the same amount of weight it could at the beginning of the workout. With all that being said, multiple studies have been conducted around this topic, and they determined a general range for us to shoot for. The general range for how many sets to do for each muscle group per workout is between 3 and 9 sets. There are a lot of nuances when it comes to this range, and the exact reason why there is such a big range. The easiest way to think about this is doing anything less than 3 sets does not cause enough stimulus to force your body to grow, and anything above 9 sets is seen as very low quality of sets that just doesn't drive very much growth. It's best to stay within this range and evaluate progress from there. All right, now that we know how many sets we should do per workout, how do we apply this to our weekly training routine? Based on the research, the general recommendation for how many sets you should do per week is between 10 and 20 sets for each muscle group. And there are a few different factors to look for when determining an exact number of sets you should personally do. The first is how many days you plan to train a muscle group throughout the week. If you train a muscle group once per week, you'll aim for 8 to 12 sets per week. If you train a muscle group twice per week, do 12 to 16 sets. And if you train 3 times per week, shoot for 16 to 20 sets. This would translate to 8 to 12 sets per workout, 6 to 8 sets, and 5 to 6 sets. As you can see, when you train a muscle group more frequently, it allows you to stay in the 3 to 9 sets per workout range, while still also reaching the 10 to 20 sets per week. These guidelines all fall back on the quality of sets during your workouts, and this is why I recommend most people train a muscle group more than once per week, since training more frequently allows for much higher quality of sets. From my personal experience training my clients and myself, the quality of sets is the biggest factor that determines how good your workouts are, and this is simply because a muscle group can stay fresh throughout most of the training session. If you do too many sets for a specific muscle group, it just does not allow this to happen. For example, if you are doing 10 sets of a muscle group during a workout, by the time you reach your 8th or 9th set, you're already fatigued, weak, and just can't push the same amount of weight you could when you first started the workout. Now when you split them up into 2 or 3 workout sessions, it allows you to be fresh and maximize your performance on each set without your fatigue and strength loss slowing you down. Okay, we now have the framework to figure out how many sets we should do per week. The next step is to figure out what the best number of sets is for you personally. What I mean by that is these ranges are from studies based on averages, and everyone is highly individual when it comes to their response to lifting weights and what their body can actually recover from. You may be able to do 9 sets for your biceps and still feel like you can give 3 more high quality sets, while on the other side of the spectrum, doing 6 sets of your chest completely destroys you, and doing any more sets would just be very low quality. I use this example because when I do 6 sets of a pressing movement for my chest, I lose about 90% of my strength. But after 6 sets of curls, I still feel decently strong in my biceps. The best way to go about this is to determine how many sets you can do that causes your muscle to feel fatigued with a decent amount of strength loss by the end of your workout, all while keeping those sets high quality. This will ensure you're doing enough work inside the gym to cause muscle growth, but not too much where the quality of sets drop off. And second, make sure you're progressing from workout to workout with each of your exercises. This is going to ensure you aren't doing too many sets, which may not allow your body to recover by your next workout. An example of this is, let's say you did 10 reps on curls for 100 pounds one week. The following week, you could only do 9 reps with the same amount of weight. This could be a sign you're doing too many sets and your body isn't recovering. So start with the recommended set ranges per workout based on how many days you train. Evaluate how your muscle feels during a workout. Also make sure you evaluate your progress from week to week. All right, as always, here's a plan of action for you guys to take with you next time you hit the gym. First off, make sure you're doing effective sets and pushing yourself. If you don't train close to muscle failure, you're going to really limit the results you see from the gym. Second, determine how many days you are going to train a muscle group per week. If you're going to train a muscle group once per week, do 8 to 12 sets for that session. If you're going to train a muscle group twice per week, do 6 to 8 sets each session. And lastly, if you're going to train a muscle group 3 times per week, drop those sets down to 5 or 6 each session. Next, evaluate your performance and progress each workout. Make sure you're doing enough sets that allow you to lose a decent amount of strength, feel fatigued. Also making sure each of those sets are high quality. And of course, keep note of your progressions from week to week. And make sure you are progressing for each of your exercises, and add or remove sets from your routine based on these evaluations. All right, that's it for the video today. I hope it helped. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos, and click on one of these if you want to know how long you should rest between sets or how many reps you should do during your workouts. Everything from A to Z will be covered in there. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's go.